queens, hey kings, welcome back to the Shani ShaFai show. I'm your host, Shani ShaFai, and we have a very special guest today, Miss Toy on Instagram. She's at Toy Do Yoga, so make sure you guys follow her. We're on today to talk about yoga, spirituality, healthy eating. Yeah, it's about to be a very, very good episode. While you're watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. All right, so let's get started. Toy, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm a mother. I started doing yoga about 5 years ago. I'm constantly practicing, getting better, working on my craft. I do individual classes currently, but I'm looking to start group classes soon.
Wow, okay. So where will your classes be? Here in Miami, right?
Yes, they will be here in Miami at a disclosed location.
Okay, so that's great. We are so excited. We're going to do yoga today and get in some very, very good interview questions. Everything you guys want to know about yoga, spirituality. We're here today to get those answers from Miss Toy. All right, so let's get right into it. So for this interview, we're actually going to integrate a little bit of yoga with a little bit of interview. So we're going to get started.
Okay, first what we're going to do in the beginning of practice, we'll work on breathing and just practicing mindfulness, setting your intention for the practice. It's very important knowing your purpose and why you're doing yoga and what you will be working on today. So we're going to start off by doing some easy breathing, just deep inhalations through your nose and out through your mouth. You learn that in yoga, bringing the oxygen into your body actually helps you through the poses throughout the workout. It also relaxes your muscles and your body and prepares you for the workout. So we're going to start by stretching our arms up. And we're going to deep breathe inside. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to bring our arms to our side. Reach down. Tap your feet. Drop your head. And you're just going to continue to breathe deeply throughout each movement. And take our feet. In, stretch forward.
So how did you get into yoga?
Well, about 5 years ago, I was on Instagram and I saw a particular yoga teacher doing yoga standing on her head. She was actually on her head without her hands, just straight up in the air, actually, yes. And that intrigued me, so I started practicing that. I started practicing that because I mean, it let me know that there's so many things that we can do with our bodies that we may not even be aware that we can do. You don't have to be flexible to do yoga. That's another myth. You actually work towards flexibility through yoga.
Wow.
So that was the thing that got me started. And you know, it took me a while, but I strengthened the muscles in my neck and my body to do the headstand. I found out that there was so much more to yoga than standing on your head as a result. But, you know, it helped kickstart me into doing the actual poses and the workouts.
Okay.
So.
And what do you mean by more to yoga?
Well, yoga is a practice. To me, I call it breathing while stretching or stretching while breathing simultaneously. Those two things together, it just ignites so much in your brain and your body, your mindfulness and everything. It de-stresses you. It actually makes you produce more serotonin, which is a chemical in your brain that, you know, it takes stress away.
Okay.
So that is what I mean by there's more to it. And once you do it and you start doing it, you start feeling these things. Your body starts to change, your mind starts to change, the way that you think starts to change.
Wow. Ooh. I feel some bones popping.
That always happens to me. into plank.
So when you do the plank position, what's the most important thing to make sure you're doing it correctly?
Well, first of all, your hands need to be directly underneath your shoulders, as if like you're going to get ready to do a push-up. So you have to be in a position to where you can just easily go into a push-up. Your back has to be straight, which is important throughout yoga. Your spine needs to be straight most of the time. This helps for the oxygen flow to go from your spine to your brain. And when you breathe, the air and the oxygen goes where it needs to go, as long as your body is extended.
Whew. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm shaking.
We're going to go into downward dog. Downward dog is one of the foundational poses in yoga. It's actually a resting point once you get used to your body being in this position. It actually is a full body workout. It stretches everything from your fingertips all the way to the heel of your feet. Your hips,
well,
your
I
back.
definitely feel that.
Yes. So it's a very important pose, downward facing dog.
Oh, this is a good stretch.
We're going to just kind of warm up our ankles a little bit. Back. And we're going to lift up our right leg. Trying to keep our front bodies the same and our hips square while we do so. You can bend your knee. Bring it up to the front. Stretch it out. Go back up. You can bring it and touch your left leg. And back up. And then you can bring it through the middle. We're just going to kind of rest there and come up into our warrior pose. So you're going to look down your fingertips, preferably at the middle finger. This aligns your body and makes sure your hands are straight. And when you look behind yourself, you should be looking down the middle of your finger as well. Keeping that back leg straight and that knee bent. You can engage more by leaning forward. Relax your toes and your feet. You're going to drop this hand back and stretch back.
Wait, am I doing the right one?
Yes.
Oh.
And breathing. You're going to come back forward. Breathe. Drop this hand. We're going to go this way.
So what if someone wants to attend one of your classes, but they've never done yoga and they might be a little intimidated?
I would say don't be intimidated. Just try it. You can always change the variations of the pose. You don't have to do things exactly the way that I do them. Mm-hmm. There's always a way that you can vary between poses to make it easier. Like for instance, in this pose, where I'm going to lower my chest or my head to my knee. What's important here is that your leg is straight. So even if you can only come this far, you stay there.
Like up here?
Right.
Okay.
So you don't push yourself too far. You listen to your body and you only go as far as you can go. So you have always a variation in the poses. So you're going to go back into downward dog. The way to vary this pose would be, it would be important to have your arms straight and your feet straight. But if you have to bring your feet a little closer, if your hamstrings are not quite there yet and ready.
Oh, yeah. I feel this one is a lot easier.
Yeah. So now we're going to go back to downward pose, downward dog. We're going to extend our left leg. Bend your leg, bring it forward. Kind of rest it on your left elbow. This is strengthening your wrists, your hands, your arms at the same time, getting that core control. I'm going to breathe. Come forward to the right elbow.
Breathing is important. Sometimes I forget to breathe.
Exactly. And when you breathe, you find that it's a little bit easier to navigate through the pose. So now you're going to drop and back into warrior. Making sure you're aligned properly. Look down in. Back.
Do you think there's a connection between yoga and spirituality?
Anytime you're doing something with your body, your mind, your brain is working, I think that actually does tap into your spirituality. Yoga is so peaceful, and the Egyptians did yoga, so that itself, they were very in tune as a culture, as a people. They knew about astrology, they knew about body positioning and different things, and meditation as well, which is very important in yoga as well.
I know a lot of the time people always associate spirituality with like anything that's against God, which is hard because I try to explain to people that I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I still believe in God, and they just think, oh, I don't want to go to church. And I'm like, that's not really, what it is. I just feel like there's a deeper connection that I can have with God outside of
Definitely.
church as well.
Definitely. I think that the practice of yoga is kind of like getting you to be one with yourself and your body. You're getting to know your body. You're getting to know the things that your body can do. That in itself it's a journey of self. So anytime you can get to know yourself better and be one with yourself, the Bible says that the body, is a temple, and you should treat it as such. So if anybody kind of strays away from that, and they think that if they think anything other than that, then it's kind of like, how can getting to know my body and the limitations of my body, how can that be a bad thing?
Yeah.
This is called upward facing dog. It's very good for yoga because it actually stretches your back and gets that flexibility going in your hamstrings, as well as your arm strength and your back. So we're going to go back to our feet and move back into downward dog. I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. now we're about to sit down for a more in-depth interview. I definitely want to know what your diet is like because your body is amazing. I already know that, Toy eats kind of healthy. So give us those, teas and all that stuff, all those pointers for how to eat healthier and stick to it.
I try to stick with my fruits and vegetables, and I only drink water for the most part.
Your skin is beautiful.
Thank you. I recently started making juices on my own, so I kind of shied away from buying juices in the store. So I just take my fruit and blend it up with some ginger and some, different things and make my own juices. And I'm getting my son also to start getting on board with drinking the fresh juices and water. That's one thing. And as far as what I eat every day, I like to cook, so I don't eat fast food really at all. It's very sparingly that I might get something from a fast food restaurant. So I kind of had to change my mindset. It's a mental thing with being healthy and eating healthy. So once you get your mind together and you start wanting more for your body and what you put into your body you're mindful of, I think that it starts to get easier to incorporate those things into your life.
Okay. So when did you kind of switch to healthier eating? When was that time frame?
Time frame, I would say about 5 years ago.
I have to get a quick before picture because she was thick, okay?
Yeah, I lost about 30 pounds when I started doing yoga and I became a vegetarian. I'm no longer vegetarian, but I am mindful of the things that I eat, and meat isn't really a big part of my diet. It's kind of like a side item. The main courses of my meal are, mainly vegetable and fruit, and maybe fish. But a few years back, when I started doing yoga, it actually helped me to visualize where I needed to be in life. It got my mind more balanced, and, I just followed with a better diet. It kind of all came together.
Okay. And the thing about it is, okay, I don't mean to just keep, hyping you up, but you are body goals. Even though you slimmed out, you still kept your weight. You still got a booty, and I want to gain weight, but I want to keep shape. That's the main thing. I kind of had this idea in my mind that if I just straight ate healthy, vegetables and stuff like that, I was gonna lose a lot of weight and I would get really, really skinny. So that's the thing. I didn't want to lose so much weight to the point where I'm a stick, but you maintained your form, so that's what I absolutely love. You feel like yoga had a big part in that?
It's actually a balancing act. You learn how carbs work with your body, and all carbs aren't good carbs, of course, but you can incorporate carbs into your diet to kind of give you that healthy feeling. I use a lot of red potatoes in my diet. Things like that, and it's also about not giving up your meals. You have to keep your meals constant throughout the day. Sometimes when we get a little healthy, we kind of your body starts to feel like it doesn't need to eat, but it's important to keep supplying your body with the nutrients and everything that you need every day to maintain. I did lose 30 pounds, as a result of changing my lifestyle altogether. It wasn't easy for me to lose that and get rid of all of that weight and stuff like that. But, at the end of the day, I feel better. I feel more, like I'm the size that I should be.
Okay. So I want to ask, do you feel like yoga, spirituality, healthy eating, all of that plays a role? How does that tie in together? Do you think it has a connection, or?
Definitely, yes. I feel like when your body is free and clear of toxins and different things that may slow you down, it definitely slows your mental thinking down as well. So if you're eating and putting things into your body that are not healthy, it definitely will have an effect on the way you think and process things. I just say keep your body clean, try to eat as clean as possible so that your brain and your body can operate together as a team.
Okay. So I want to kind of, reel it back to your classes because I know that's something that you're about to start. I'm definitely going to take her classes myself, which I'm very, very excited about because y'all know I've talked before about, wanting to do yoga and stuff like that. And okay, I didn't even want to say this, but y'all, Toy is my cousin. Like, she is so beautiful, and it just it helps me to.
You are beautiful.
You.
Yes.
Thank you. But it really encourages me to actually go through with it and do yoga, because she's like someone that I look up to as far as spirituality, yoga, health, like all of that stuff. So the fact that she's going to be the one teaching the classes, and she truly is a good person, that's somebody that I would actually listen to and believe what she's saying about, you know, just spirituality and yoga and what it can do for you. And I know yoga is something that you've been doing for a long time, so you're very knowledgeable about it. But, you know, for someone that doesn't know you personally like I do, or, you know, it's not fam, you know, how would they, I guess, come into like one of the classes? Say I'm just brand new, don't know nothing, I'm not flexible, I believe I can't do it, but I'm just out here on a whim. Kind of walk us through your classes, like the step by step, how they go.
Okay, well, basically, you come as you are, just like they say in church. You come as you are, you bring yourself, most of all. And, you know, nobody's going to look down on you because you can't do a split or because you can't touch your toes. Those are foundational things that a lot of us struggle with in the beginning of doing yoga. Nobody's the perfect stretcher or the most flexible person when they start yoga. Mm-hmm. You actually do yoga to gain that flexibility and the knowledge to move forward. We're all learning here. It's important to know that, you know, even myself, I don't know everything there is to know about yoga. I'm constantly reading books, watching videos, and watching those who are more advanced than myself to get better. So I think it's the same. I would say the same to anybody wanting to inquire about yoga or wanting to start yoga for the first time. You know, look up people that are actively doing yoga, the people that are doing videos on YouTube or on Instagram. Watch those people, follow those people, and just get into the mindset of you can do it. You know, like when you see someone doing a pose, tell yourself that you can do it, because you can. Our bodies are made by God, and God made our bodies to be able to do whatever that we want to do. If God, you know, God says that we can bend all the way backwards and touch our ankles, you know. So it just takes practice, and it takes dedication, and it takes having the mindset that you can do it.
Okay. So I just kind of want to, you know, again, tie everything in, because I know these are very, very big topics. Spirituality is a big topic. I definitely want to invite you on again so we can do something totally separate just on spirituality, because I know that is a lot. And, you know, we've had I feel like I'm so happy with this interview, because it's something so different from my channel. Like, we actually got to do yoga. You helped me a lot. Like, those poses were hard, okay, but she was so encouraging throughout the whole time. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm so happy. Thank you
for
so
having
much,
me,
cousin. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. We are going to have more videos coming soon, more episodes, more guests. Toy will be on my channel. I said it here. You will see her again. We have so much more to talk about. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me with another video. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.